Hi, and welcome to Healy Fit with your instructor, Jen. For more, don't forget to subscribe, like, or select notifications. Today, I have a gentle yoga practice for you. We're going to start in child's pose. So when you're ready, grab a mat, take a knee, reach the arms forward to the front edge of your mat, and sink your hips down to your heels. Take a few long, slow, deep breaths here. Allow your body to slowly start to relax from your hips all the way out to your hands. Let your shoulders fall from your ears. Let your hips sink back all the way towards the mat. One more breath and then start to rise up, coming into all fours, setting up for cat-cow. Arch into the back and then release into the belly. Feel the stretch from crown all the way to tailbone along the back body, and then release, feeling the stretch from crown to hip along the front of the body. Tuck the chin in, curve the tailbone down, lift the head and tailbone up. Slowly starting to warm up the body, settle into your tabletop. Reach your back right arm all the way up to the sky and then weave it through left arm and left leg. So as you reach through, we're going to get a nice stretch into the shoulder. Extend the left arm forward if that feels okay for you. Sink the hips back or keep them raised above the knees for a more gentle option. Now try to twist your body a little bit towards that right side. And then slowly push and lift back up. Let's go into a few more rounds of cat to cow, arcing into the back and then releasing down into the belly. See if you can get just a little bit more space between the vertebra and then just a little bit more space between the ribs and hips. Good, hold into your tabletop. Extend the left arm up to the sky and then weave that left arm through right arm and right leg going into your shoulder stretch. Remember that option, extend the arm forward. So you would have your right arm forward as that left arm reaches to the right side of your mat. Body leans a little bit towards the left so you can feel the stretch across the shoulder. Good, now this shoulder stretch might emanate up into the upper back depending on where your tightness or tension lies. Slowly bring yourself back into tabletop. Walk the hands one big step further forward and let's exhale all the way down to your mat. Go ahead, slowly lift up into baby cobra. Looking up through the eyebrows towards the sky or out along the horizon. As you exhale, release the body down, left arm extends, push into the right hand, kind of rolling your body towards the left side. This is a great stretch for the pectoralis on the left option. Back foot up and over. Good, so that right foot would be up and over to the left side of your mat. You can take this pose out if that doesn't feel right, because we're going to lean back into the center with you. Keep the heel folded in and reach the hand or hands back to grab the top of the foot. Go ahead, coming into single leg bow pose. Feel the stretch into the quadricep from knee to hip along the front of the thigh. As you release, let's do that same stretch other side. Left hand pushes into the floor. Lean over towards the right, feeling the stretch across the right front deltoid into the chest. Option, heel up. Bring the left foot over to the right side, getting a deeper stretch into the shoulder and chest. One more breath, then come back down to the belly. Keep the left foot folded in, reach one or both hands back. Good, now if you can't reach it, you could always use a strap or just reach in that general direction. A towel is a great option as well if you have one handy. Just kind of wrap around the top of the foot and get that stretch along the thigh. As you release, hands back under, push, press, knees out wide, mat distance apart. Sit hips to heels into the wide stance child's pose position. See if you can sink a little bit deeper than you did the first time we visited child's pose. Good, maybe your hands reach a little bit wider across the front edges of the mat. Maybe your chest sinks a little bit closer to the mat. Look out towards the thumbs, kind of slide your way in that direction. Let's bring both heels in towards you, both hands reaching towards the feet. Connect if you can, coming into bow pose. Now option, you bring your heels over your knees or you go this more gentle route. Heels towards hips, just lifting them lightly so you get the stretch into the front shoulders as well as the top of the thighs. One more breath, then release. Feet back down to the floor. Push. And let's take the left foot forward, knee between the thumbs, into pigeon. Now, if pigeon is not accessible for you, you can come with me into a hurdler stretch. You would bring your front shin as parallel as you can to the front edge of your mat, and your back knee kind of folds in towards the hip line. The further you can send your right knee back, the more of a stretch you're going to feel into the hip flexor. But as always, just listen to your body. Go with what feels right for you today. And you can always try a little bit differently next time. All right, as you come into the center, let's go ahead into a gate pose. So we're going to take the back arm. Right hand goes to the left side, left arm up and over to the right leg. Good, now no worries if you get like left and right mixed up sometimes. I always do. So you could always just adjust accordingly and just do the other side. Make sure you even yourself out. Both hands reach out towards the foot. You can cross your wrists over one another to get a little bit deeper stretch across the shoulders and the back of the body. We're kind of evening out all those front body stretches. So now we open up across the back body. Inhale, slowly rise up. Let's bring the bottoms of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. You're going to press down on the inner left calf, focusing on the inner thigh on the left side. Go ahead, breathe. Allow the knee to fall just a bit closer to the mat. Lengthen along the trunk from crown to hip. Now let's take those poses onto the other side. Left leg forward. And now your right leg is forward and your left leg back. You can go into pigeon or into hurdler. All right, so you should feel this one right outer thigh, right hip. Left leg, if it's back in pigeon, you're going to feel it in the hip flexor. Otherwise, you're going to feel it more in the inner thigh on that left side. Just bow forward as good as feels right for you. And then one more inhale until we transition into our gate pose. Good, so right arm reaches all the way over to that left leg. Extend along the outer oblique. Look up kind of underneath the arm to get just a little bit more length along the outside of the body. Then slowly transition into that hamstring stretch, leaning the body out over the thigh, forehead towards thigh, knee, or calf, depending on the length of your body versus your leg. Go ahead, try to unfold the back of the knee best you can and feel the stretch into the back of your thigh here. That's a great balance for all those top of the thigh or quadricep stretches. As you come in, let's focus on that right inner thigh. Baddha Konasana, push down a little bit onto the right side, just enough so you can feel a little bit more stretch, but not enough to feel any pain or strain moving into the body. We always want to avoid going too far. Okay, now as you release, we are going to slide the feet further forward into cobbler's pose. Hands reach under the calves, maybe towards the feet, and then just bow your head forward. Now I want you to focus on stretching along the back body, so maybe slide your feet even further forward, kind kind of pulling the shoulders apart across the back, and then arc your back up a little bit so you feel the stretch along the vertebra from your tailbone all the way into the cervical, into the neck. God, let's take a few more deep breaths here. See if you can sink just a little bit deeper and then slowly rise up. Let's grab hold of the right foot, right ankle, right calf, and circle through your foot. Go ahead, so this is a little bit of balance. Go ahead, circle around the other direction. And then tuck that leg in towards you. You're gonna take your hand around your knee, around your foot, and just rock the baby. Now, if you're sitting here and you're like, I could go deeper, then you are welcome to wrap your elbows around your knee and your foot and rock the baby really nice and close to you. Then you're gonna bring your right foot across your left thigh, left knee is bent, and you're gonna turn away from your bent knee. Go ahead, so right hand behind you, a left elbow, maybe around the leg, maybe to the outer edge of the leg. And then if you're feeling up for it, you can reach your hand down towards your foot. Good, so that's really gonna go deeply into the shoulder, into the obliques and back. So great twist. Go ahead, slowly unfold yourself. And let's do that same thing on the other side. So left leg is gonna come out, circle through the ankle. Go ahead, bring those circles the other way. And then slowly bring the left foot across the right and rock your baby. Good, so hands around the knee and foot. Maybe elbow around the knee and foot. And then we're gonna go into that spinal twist. Good, hug your knee in toward you, hand down to the back or elbow to the outer edge of the thigh. Twist a little bit more, looking over the back shoulder. And then if you're feeling up for it, reach your hand towards your foot. Awesome, feels so good into the shoulders and thighs as you bring it into the center. And let's do a few head nods. Lean the head back and then tuck the chin in towards the chest. I want you to feel the stretch into the throat and then into the back of the neck. Good, so really emphasize that backward lean, chin up to sky, and then forward lean, chin to chest. One more time. And let's take it from a head nod to a head shake, looking over the shoulder, bringing it back towards center, looking over the other shoulder. Now take your time with these. If you feel dizzy or lightly nauseous, then by all means, slow it down or just sit comfortably here. All right, now you're gonna bring it in towards the center, and we're gonna go ahead into some head circles. So go ahead, drop your chin towards your chest. Let's go easy at first, kind of just waving the head side to side, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder. You can go full circles when you are ready, or you can do a few of these, just checking in with the outer edges of the neck. And of course, you're welcome to stay with those just side to side rocking, or you can add that light backward lean. Awesome. Let's go in each direction, alternating side to side. And now we're going to take the head over to the right hand, outer left edge of the head. Just gentle pressure to encourage the ear to drop closer to the shoulder with each breath. Now, once simultaneously to bring your left shoulder towards the mat so you feel the stretch earlobe to deltoid on that left side. Inhale through center, drop the chin to the chest, push your head into the backs of the hands, and imagine kind of curving along the back of your neck. Go ahead, take a few more deep breaths here. And then let's transition to the other side. All right, so just gentle pressure as you lean the head over to the side. Left hand is up, grabbing the outer right edge of the head, feeling that stretch into the neck. Now let's go into some angel breathing. You're gonna bring your fists, kind of pull your elbows in together, lean the head back, interlacing the fingertips. Now open the elbows out to the sides, and then you exhale. Good, inhale, lean the head back, open the elbows out wide, and then as you squeeze the elbows back in, open mouth, exhale. Good, should sound like an angel breathing, especially if you have a whole class full of people doing this. It is a magical experience. This is great for reoxygenating the body, stretching along the throat, opening along the chest, and moving into the shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Good, last one. And then slowly release the hands. Let's go ahead, slowly bring it down to the floor. Feet down to the mat, hands onto shins or thighs, lower down bone by bone. Then let's go ahead, take one knee in towards you and circle through that knee. So I've got my right knee in towards me. Left knee is still bent to keep my low back towards the mat. And then we're gonna take those circles the other direction. Just checking in with your hip, with your knee. And then we're gonna bring the knee out to the side. As you bring the knee out to the side, the right side of your mat, slide that left foot forward. Now your foot could be all the way down to the ground or hovering like mine, whatever feels right for you. If you can bring your knee all the way to the floor, try to slide it closer to your chest, opening up more into the groin, into the inner thigh, all the way out to the knee. Inhale through center. Let's take it over to the left side. Right hand extends. Left hand grabs the outer thigh. And we've got that spinal twist. So that outer oblique, outer thigh, outer glute stretch. But we're also feeling it into the front right shoulder. Head can be center or looking out over the other way. Let's change directions. Tucking the left knee in towards us, circle through the knee. And check in with your hip on this side. Good, let's transition those circles other way. And then let the knee fall out to the left. Left hand presses to the inner thigh. Right leg slides out as far as feels good for you. Foot up or foot down. Knee closer to chest. If you've got the knee all the way down to the floor, that's going to get you more of a stretch, inner thigh. Good, and just breathe, just breathe. We've made it to the tail end of our class today, so we just have a few more light movements to take us into deeper relaxation and stretches across the body. Go ahead, bring that left knee over to the right side here, right hand just kind of guiding it. Left hand out to the side. You can keep your gaze center or look out to the left shoulder. Good, inhale back into center. And let's tuck both knees in towards us, extend both legs up towards the sky, flex the toes down to you, and then point them up to the ceiling. Take as much bend out of the back of the knee as feels right for you, focusing on that stretch into the glutes and hamstrings. Awesome. As you release your hands down to the floor, we are going to relax here in legs up the wall. So I love this pose to kind of close out a class because it starts to bring your blood flow back to your trunk. And that's a great stimulator for rest and digest mode in the body. So it's kind of telling you, let's bring the blood flow back to our internal organs so we can rest and recover here. This starts to stimulate some hormonal release. This is a fantastic before bed pose, but it is also a fantastic before meditation pose. You could also relax into plow or shoulder stand, but I love this one. As you release your feet down to the floor, soft bend or legs extended into Shavasana. Palms open towards the sky. Open across the chest and shoulders. And we're going to go into a little PNF, so a little squeeze and release into the body. Start with your feet. Kind of squeezing your feet nice and tight, toes towards heels. And then let it go. Let all the tightness and tension leave your body. Let's go into the calves. Squeeze your heels towards the backs of the knees. And then let it go. Now tighten up along the thighs. Pull your knees towards your hips. Squeeze. And then let it go. Good, now tighten up into the glutes. Squeeze your glutes nice and tight. And then release. Rib cage towards hips. Flex your abs. And let it go. Now tighten up along the back body. Squeeze your shoulders into your back. Kind of arc your back up, pulling your glutes towards your shoulders. And then let it go. Good, arms out to the sides. You're going to make a fist with each hand. Ball up your fingertips. Reach your hands out to the side. Squeeze your shoulders in towards you. Flex your arms. And then let it go. Lastly, let's go into the muscles along the face. Kind of tighten up like you just ate a lemon. Squeezing the eyes closed. Squeezing the mouth shut. Flexing everything in towards the center. And then let it go. Let everything go. And let your body kind of meld closer to the mat, resting fully and completely into the floor. As you rest here, I'm going to leave you with this quote from Morgan Harper Nichols. Going through things you never thought you'd go through will only take you places you never thought you'd go. I'll start to bring a little life back into the body, maybe shaking the head side to side, circling into the shoulders, circling into the wrists, pumping the fingers, wiggling your toes. And then however you decide, bring yourself up into a seated position. From that seated position, let's go ahead and reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Take one wrist at a time, lengthen from your shoulders down to your hips. Exhale, bring the arms around to the front, stretch across the back, maybe adding a little sashay or sway side to side, open, open, open. All the way across the chest, reach your arms side to side. You know what time it is. It is time to give yourself a big hug. Thank you all so much for sharing in this practice today. Namaste. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. I hope you honor your body and your mind, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to let me know you want more videos like this one. I appreciate you watching. Follow me on social at HealyFit. See you next time.